So, is it good for you to play half an hour, or you would like to play more? I mean, who the fuck is Lobau?
Yeah,
Is that a rock band or?
yeah, it's a rock band. I don't know. We kind of we were waiting 45 minutes.
Yeah.
I think that was perfect because more than that, I think it's still kind of too much for the experience that we have. You know, we never did this kind of festival before, and to hold a big show in a big festival like that, it's kind of you have to be, I think, really prepared. So I guess half an hour is a little bit less, and 45 minutes, that's what we were waiting. But I think we can do in a half an hour. We're gonna try to play 7 songs and try to impress people with that half an hour that we have. Because the way I see, sometimes you can do better in half an hour than bands that do in 1 hour. You know, so I hope we can make it in this half an hour.
Do you have to impress?
Well,
Or, I mean, it seems like everybody knows you and like.
well, see, everyone knows the name. You know, that's what.
Yeah.
That's
They
why
even,
that I say.
yes, they even burned some posters of New Kids on the Block in front of a hotel.
They were
singing
doing-
Sepultura, Sepultura.
Yes,
Yeah.
let's see that our crowd, they know us, but they still expecting that. That's what, like a pressure. They want us to go there and really kick, you know. They want to really feel that we were there as their heroes or something, and don't be like maybe shy or something. Really make a really kick-ass show or something. That's what they're waiting. So that's what I say. That's what I mean in press, you know. Try to make a show that like we do in a small place. Try to do the same energy show in a huge place. That's what we're gonna try to do today.
Everybody says that you are bound for glory.
A what?
You're bound for glory. Like you're gonna be real popular, and like you know everybody in Europe respects you a lot, and everybody says you're gonna be real big, and like. Do you think it's happening? Do you think it's like it's good that you are coming from Brazil and you're being allowed so far to record 4 albums and just keep the reputation building bit by bit, instead of like some bands in the States and England where they record 1 album and already everybody thinks either you make it now or you're out of the door.
Yeah, well, what happened that we never felt pressure, and everything we did so far is what we want to do it, and if the people relate that with that, they think that band can be a big band in the future. I think it's good. Make us more powerful to keep trying even more. So we don't feel bad about that. We feel like I think we feel strong when we hear that. We feel even more stronger to keep trying more, because when we did the band, we never even expect to record 1 album, and everything happened so natural. Nothing was forced, and everything just started happening. And I guess the only thing that we should take care is just to then start to get down or something, you know. And what we should do is just work more and get more serious every day, you know.
So you recorded the album in the States, right?
Yeah.
Is this the first one you recorded in the States?
Yes.
Yeah.
The last one we just mixed in the US.
Right.
The whole thing was doing in the US.
What was the what you think the album has gained by doing that, recording it there? Was it better because of the studio equipment?
Yeah,
and
definitely. The studio and the time that we have, plus Scott Burns did again, and that's the studio that he works.
Yeah.
And he knows everything about the studio. Other thing that happened that we have a musical store there that lend us and rent and lend all the equipment that we have. That didn't happen in Rio. We just have a certain amount of equipment, and if we were trying to think about do something and we could, because we didn't have that equipment. This time we have everything that we want to, and we have more time, and I think also the atmosphere to be in another country recording, it's also another point that help you. You know, you feel better when you're in another country. You know, everything is different. you see different people, you see different things. Makes you in a better mood to record, I think.
So how is this album compared to Beneath? Is it?
It's more. I think it's heavier. And
Do you experiment a lot?
yeah,
Because you have this sort of how can I call it? Arty, sort of arty heavy metal. You know, you're not like straight dead down, direct. You know.
yeah, we did some weird stuff again. Like we try to do every album. On this new one, there's a couple industrial and tribal influence, which is like I say that is the most different thing on the album. Plus some
What do
new
you mean?
riffs.
What do you mean by tribal?
It's some tribal drumming stuff that Igor did.
Yeah.
And it's not that much, but a little bit, and you can tell it is tribal. And Igor is listening to a lot of weird stuff like that, and a lot of some people from South America that do this tribal work, which is really different, and I think it's good. It's real heavy. So if he put a little bit on his drum, he used a lot of tones and double bass, which sounds a little bit tribal. If you're thinking about it. It is coming from doesn't come from the heavy metal influence of music. It come from other kinds of music.
Well, another guy who does that a little bit is Mike Bordin from Faith No More.
Yeah, and
He's
also
got
Away
Yeah.
from Voivod also do kind of that. So Igor also started to listen a little bit and did a little bit in the Sepultura way. It came out pretty good. I think a lot of people really like it.
Well, carry on about the album. I mean, what's the?
We're gonna have 9 songs, and Arise is a really short and like almost a hardcore song. It's really fast. It's to open the album like pulverizing everything.
Yeah.
It's the way we like to open the album this time. And then the rest of the album comes to get a little bit heavier and slower, heavier. I think the vocals are angrier and more strong. Andres is doing a lot of weird stuff in the guitar, like he did in Massive Hypnosis kind of thing, which nobody I think no other bands do that much. It's really weird and like notes with no sense, something like that. He's doing in a couple of songs.
Yeah.
We have fast and still fast, but I think this time we'll just slow down a little bit and get heavier. And I think it's a more brutal album than Beneath the Remains. It's definitely not going to the commercial ways. It's going to the opposite,
What do you think? I mean, there's so many bands around. It's unreal. There's a lot more bands now than there was like 10 years ago.
Yeah.
What do you think is what makes a band or doesn't make a band? I mean, what does a heavy
things.
What does a heavy band have to be in the Metallica and Slayer league, or be in the, or remain in the I don't know. Name one band that is like down there as recorded 5 albums. I mean, even Overkill. I mean, how many albums have Overkill recorded? 5, and it's still not.
Well, it's hard to tell what you really need. Sometimes not even the band knows they do, but they really. Sometimes they do that, but they don't know that that's one of the things they're doing. It's the thing they're making different than other bands, and they're making they're different and special. I think things like don't be afraid to try. It's one thing, Don't be afraid to do something new. Keep the roots. Another thing that I think is very important. A lot of bands lose the roots. And they just come to start to do something totally different than what they start, and then that seems like they never really get a direction. And we try to do that. We try to make evolution without lose the roots, and try to make always a balance between that. And also we're not afraid to try different things. We're not afraid to put an album that was done commercial at all. We're not afraid if the radio gonna play us or not. Things like
does
that.
MTV in Brazil consider you? I mean, do they play your stuff?
Yeah, they're playing In Yourself. Still playing In Yourself. they say they will play the new video,
Yeah.
and we did a couple calls when you get back here, like all the other Brazilian artists. So like I think here they will support a little bit more than that because we are from here, you know, have all that thing that's a Brazilian band.
Yeah.
And I think they will show the new video. E aí?
Tá comando.
Valeu.
Não conta pra nenhum deles.
Tá bom. Obrigado.
Tá?
Tô acabando essa entrevista aqui, ainda se fala. And I think it's about that.
So it helps MTV being based here and not just something you get.
Yeah, it helps.
So,
You know, it helps because they're gonna show you something that you didn't change your way to do it. It's like if somebody asks us to do something in their way and we don't feel that it's the way that we want to do, we're not gonna do it. Like Global, you know, the biggest thing here. So a couple of programs they have, we didn't make it. They offer us, and they didn't believe that we were saying no. They say it's not possible a band say no to this program. And I say, yeah, it is possible. We don't want to do it. We think it's commercial shit. It doesn't fix with us, so we're not doing it.
I know you don't write the lyrics, but there's a couple of issues that seem in Brazil seem pretty big. One is the forest, but everybody else talks about that. But also there's a big social difference. You know, there's like the rich people and the really poor people down there.
Big hole between.
Yeah, there's a big gap. How do you? I mean, is it something you talk about? I mean, is this something that touches you lyrically?
Yeah, and the new album is one song called Murder. It talks about a lot of different topics of Brazilian and South American ways of life, and talks about envy, racism, and this social distortion that happen between poor and rich. We try to mix everything together and just do a song which we think is the mirror of this country, kind of mirror of the real Brazil, you know, the real things here, not the beaches and you know the fun thing. We say about the real things, and it's a little bit not totally talking about this social thing, but it has a little bit to do with.
What is the Sepultura fan stand? Is that because I mean if you were in Europe, you were from like a big city, it would be like the hardcore metropolitan fan.
Yeah.
You know, that would probably be your kind of fan. But what here? What is
here
like?
is the same, but just because of this
I mean,
rock
is
thing.
it a rich kid that goes to Sepultura?
Nah, it's the poor kids, the you know, real people that have our albums, know our songs. It's that, you know, what we see, like these kids coming here, like these girls, and it's just because of the festival, because they see, they saw on TV and they think, wow, I should met them, but I'm sure they never heard us.
Yeah.
And I'm sure if they will, they won't like it maybe. You know, but just kind of media thing that because we play in the festival and we show us in the TV and all that shit.
Yeah.
But our fans, they're poor. Most of them are real poor, you know. And then when we play our own show, like in São Paulo, just a Sepultura show, a normal one, you can tell how they are. They're aggressive, you know. They're full of hate inside, you know. Their lives are kind of fucked up, their life, you know, the way they live. So they really feel that they do along with the band when we play live. You know, I don't know if it's gonna change here now after this concert. Maybe we're gonna be playing for more people, but I know I'm sure that fans, the old fans, they still gonna go in that because we're not changing. And that's what matters.
Yeah, but you.
If we change our way, that's I think that we should.
Yeah, but do you want to play big places in Brazil, or you rather be big in America or Europe and
I want to play in a big place if the whole people that are there are enjoying the music, you know.
Yeah.
No, so just like Metallica or something, they play, and other people, we sold out places and. You see, even the normal people, even people that are not totally metal, enjoy the concerts, you know. So that's what we are trying to do, you know. If we could start to play for more people, so bring everybody there that's really into the band, you know.
Right. Because a lot of people, there's various bands that want to like play and get out of where they're from and just go play big arenas here and there and sort of fuck the place where they come from. They don't particularly care.
No, we do care.
Yeah.
And even if you start playing arenas, everything, we always going to be doing stuff like playing smaller shows and that. Because I think it's cool, you know. You keep near from your roots. That's what I say. That's why keep near your roots, near of your old true fans and all that thing.
Do you find it difficult to get gigs in Europe and in the States?
Difficult to get gigs there?
Yeah.
No.
Come and tour and.
No, I think for the new album is gonna be we're gonna be able to do a really big tour there, and hopefully with a lot of people in the show, because I hear that people are really waiting for the new album there. Because Beneath the Remains, a lot of people like it. So I hope when it's out, we can do a real cool European tour and US tour again, which everything working together pretty well.
Is it? Do you live well playing rock music in Brazil, or is it difficult to get money and get by?
We don't make that much money here. We don't play here too much. We play more outside here.
Yeah.
We still have to do things like sell shirts, and so you can keep living, you can pay your bills and stuff. If it was just because of shows, we never be able to leave.
So are you at a point where you survive with your music, or?
Yeah, we can, but you have to work a lot, you know. You have to always be selling shirts, calling the old record label, calling it Roadrunner, tell them we need money.
Yeah. Are they pretty good?
Yeah, they all pay us, and all these people that they do T-shirts here, they always paying us, and it's that money that we survive here, you know. Because shows, we really don't do that much shows here, so we cannot be waiting 2 or 3 months to do a show and make money. You know, we have to leave, so we have different other things to do that we can catch some money.
Well, hope you have a good show tonight.
Thanks.